Hi, and welcome to tonight's live stream. A live stream where I do some work in MidJourney on the web, and at the same time, I try to talk about ethical questions art. Today, we have a topic. I started by doing some research when it comes to copyright and ethics. But very soon I started to think about a different question, and that is what will happen in the future if AI images get more common on the web and new AI applications are trained on that data. If a lot of the data we train AI software on in the future are AI created, what will happen with the art that is based on other AI created art? And I found a couple of points that we should be aware of. But before we start that, let's take a look here at what we should work with today. As always, I have a list of 25 projects where we could use AI art and a second list with 25 art styles. So, as I did last week, we are going to start by asking Google, can you give me two random numbers between 1 and 25? And it wouldn't answer me now. Let's try again. Hey Google, can you give me two random numbers between 1 and 25? Oh, my volume was very low.
12, 23.
Did you hear that? Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
Yes, here are two new random numbers between 1 and 25. 7, 19.
Okay, so we're going with 7 and 19. 7, as you can see here, is some type of infographics, AI generated visuals to convey data or information creatively. And the second number was 19. Low poly art. Geometric shapes and facets create a stylized and minimalistic look. Actually, a style that goes well with an infographics. So, with that said, the first point I would like to discuss, let me see here. What happened now? That was not what I wanted to do. I still need to work on. Here is my Explore. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let's share it again. and add to screen. Here we are in my MidJourney. So my create page and an infographic. So we should have something in portrait. Probably 2x3 would be a good size. And let's have variety at 30. That sounds good. So we want an image that is, what did I say that the style should be? Now I lost that. Let's see if I can find it again. I should have written it down. We said what number did I say? Oh my gosh, my memory is not good. So we should have style should be low poly art. So let me put that in here first. In the style of low poly art. And let's see, let's go to explore here and search for low poly art. Okay. These are interesting images, I must say. In this style. So maybe we can grab inspiration from one of these and use them as style preference. And we are going to do an infograph. So maybe this could be a good style reference. And as you see, you can't see the image here. It got very blurred, but sometimes it is working excellent since we make sure it's style referenced here. And let's see what they said here. A grid of small, low polygon images featuring various animals like foxes and pandas and so forth. Each animal has its own unique pose, adding variety to the composition. Okay, so let's say that we want a grid of and what are we doing an infograph about? Maybe about now I draw a blank. Teachers. A grid of teachers for different stages of education, each in a different pose and with a separate background color. So let's start there and see what we will get. And while MidJourney creates my image, let's take a look at the first point that I wanted to discuss today, which is remember the premises here. What would happen if future AI applications were art AI applications were trained on in a larger amount of AI created art? And the first problem that might occur is we will get the degradation of quality and creativity. Since AI models learn patterns from data they are trained on, if they are trained on other AI created art, this will create a loop that can lead to a loss of creativity and originality. This can lead to fewer truly original and inspired works, and the human input might become even more important to continue and maintain some kind of creativity. So now let's go back and look here at the first draft we had for our infograph. I think this could be, oops, no, maybe this, oops, maybe this could be something to work on, but maybe we should keep just the top and the bottom, and we can have the section in the center reserved for information here. So let's use the editor and let's erase the whole middle part here. And let's add in let's say that we want the middle section should be a solid white area. And submit that and see what happens. And while we're waiting, we can run AI models are trained on AI art. I think it didn't really understand, so we will redo that. Let's see what happens here if we instead write the prompt web section with a solid white background and submit that. So as I said, point number 2, it can lead to problems and distortion of cultural representation. The problem with AI today is that it can have some built-in biases and cultural references that is not 100%. That didn't work well at all. So what we are going to do here is we're gonna go back to the original post. I'm gonna put in the text and we are gonna wait. A grid of 3 planes. The top and the bottom shows teachers in different positions. And let me take my earbud out because it keeps on saying that my battery is low. So let's charge it a little bit until I need it again. If I can find my charging cable, which I can't. So what happened with that? We have all kinds of problems here today, don't we? There it is. No. Oh, there it is. Watch that a little bit and continue here. How far did I go? A grid of things. The top and the bottom shows teachers in different positions and colors. The middle section should be only white. Let's send that and see if anything more interesting happens with our image here. It's not what? Oh, planes. It took that 3 areas, maybe. This was a little bit more like it, but that was totally wrong. So let's hide that. No. This looks more like, oh, this could work for a. Let's go into editor and say, no people, no, just white, and see if that changes anything. As you can see, it is not that easy to get what you want out of MidJourney. Sometimes you have to do a lot of trial and error to find what you really want to do. And while it works on that, let's continue to talk about the bias that can be a result of training AI models for art on already existing AI created artworks. If you today, there are some bias in everything we do in AI art. And if that is already built into the artwork that we are training new models on, that will just multiply. And it would be really challenging to try to work against that bias in the new models. But if we talk more about why doesn't it, let's restore this and just write in the center and show that this is, we don't want this, and submit. Could be that here we go. Something happened there. Cancel that and see. Not really what I wanted. So let's try with this one. There is AI for prompt, as I think can be more effective when you like to choose how to form the video. Now I'm not sure what you are saying. Let me see. There is AI for prompt as now I got it. There is AI tools to create prompts. I know what you mean, and I will have a video about that later on. But in these live streams, what I try to do here is just, as I work with something, I am also discussing some ethical questions around AI. Hi, welcome to the channel. Yeah, how to write prompts. I didn't understand the question first. I know there are, but I am trying to Can I tell you what I am doing? Right now, I am trying to create a, let's go back to where we begin. For these live streams, organize here. Let's go back to the very first one we did. I have created two lists. One list is of projects where you can create AI art for your project. Totally, here, you can see it here, I think. Yeah, here is my first list that is 25 projects where creating AI images could be useful. And then I have a list of 25 art styles. And what I do is I pick two random numbers. And today it was infographics and it was low poly art. So what I did was I started by looking at the explore page where I searched for low poly art. And I found a lot of interesting artwork here. And I scrolled around and I found this, which I used as a style reference here. So with that as a style reference, these were the first 4 images I got. And then I keep on working. So I choose this prompt here and a couple of different edits to get to something useful. And this is more showing scratch because it's all by chance. And then I always want to talk about things around it when I'm working. Like today, the topic, what happens in the future if new AI models are trained on, specifically art models, are trained on a lot of data from the internet that includes a lot of AI generated art. And there are quite a few problems that come from that. So now I am trying to fix this. Let's go back here into the editor and erase this part here. I could have done a bigger eraser. And let's write, replace this area with a white background. And let's see the word. And if you want to try text, you have to set quotation marks, infograph, and see if that works. And what I have got so far is these images actually has this polygraphics. And here we have, let's take a look at these. Infograph, you see the spelling isn't too good. Infograph, that is actually spelled correctly. And I sort of like this where they kept the colorful on this end and the black on that end. Let's see, infograph. No, they missed an I here. And this, I don't know. But this is something we can continue working with to see if we can get something more interesting out of it. So let's see if we can vary this strongly and see what it comes up with. But 1 out of 4 was actually spelled correctly. Okay. Here we got, this is 2 out of 4 spelled correctly, but I really don't like these images at all. So let's use the one here again and let's do a strong remix. And let's see. Information about education poster with the word. Oops. And let's see what happens if we send that instead. So this is more like me showing what I'm doing as we talk about something ethical or other questions we can have about AI art. Now we're getting somewhere. We have 3 out of 4 spelled correctly. Let's take a closer look at these. If I just create this, because I wouldn't create the infograph itself in MidJourney, but I would use it as an inspiration. And this first one, if I could save that and then use some other software to replace these text areas with the information I really wanted, I don't think this is, bad for being an infograph in the poly style. So with this, I would say I would be pleased with the work today. Now let's take a look at, I'm looking in my notes here. There could be something positive to say about future models trained on more AI art as well. And one of them could be that we could one could be that we could see an evolution of AI art that accelerated rapidly. AI models could develop very unique styles depending on what they are trained on. Today, we can a little bit see that, okay, this is created in MidJourney, or this is created in this software. There are some subtle differences, but if we trained more AI models on already AI created art and chose that art that we wanted to train them on with a very specific outcome in mind, we could create totally new AI art styles. And as AI develops and gets more creative and intuitive and can learn in new ways, we could also now I lost my it could also mean that we have styles of art that we haven't even thought about today. But it is a complicated question, and one of the reasons we really have to think about how we want to work with AI art in the future and what we train our models on is copyright issues. Today, we have many questions about who owns the copyright of AI created art. And I talked about that in my live stream last week a little bit. And if AI art is trained on even more AI art, these questions will become more and more complicated. So now I think I am happy with this last set of infographics. It is infographics and it is in the style that if you like to show me was good opportunity to ask them. What I like to do when I'm just playing around in my MidJourney is I love to go through these explore pages, and let's go to the very top here. We can random, you can choose to go in under hot. I don't see anything hot. Yeah, here it's coming. I think my computer might start to get tired. Or top of the day. I don't know how they get top of the day, but let's go back to random. And what I like to do, if I find something that looks very interesting to me, I can go in and I can go look through their prompt. I can actually use the prompt. Let's use this prompt and see. It says futuristic spiral staircase with a tree in the middle, concrete room, Mexican man wearing high fashion outfit with denim walking by in profile. If I just want the futuristic staircase in the style of, let's say, Picasso, in a wooden building with ropes around. Oops. How did I end up there? With a wooden building with ropes around it. In the style of Picasso. This will not be anything like it, but I liked the image with the spiral staircase. So let's see. Oh, I should have changed my, I had 2x3. Let's go back to square and try to redo them. Rerun it in. Why did I do that? Sometimes I'm not thinking. These are interesting, but let's say use text and add -AR aspects ratio 1:1 instead, so we don't get these very tall buildings. But from the one we looked at, the inspiration where we only used the sentence in the middle, we got this. This is a really interesting point of view. I don't know what this is. Futuristic. This is very close to the exact prompt, but they are interesting. We don't have any rope. That is an interesting one. They put the ropes in the center here. Actually, pretty interesting pictures, but that is something I love to do when I'm just scrolling around. Sometimes I like to copy just the style. So let's see if we can find some style that's interesting. After a while, everything starts to look alike. So, oh, let's take this potato. Let's see what the prompt said, a potato with rough and tough face. Let's use the image and say a female potato flirting with the camera. And now I use the image as inspiration, but let's use the style of the image too. So now if you look up here, I have image prompt and I have the style reference. So let's see what we will get out of that. None of these were really good. So edit her and make her female instead. And don't take the image. No, just take it as style reference and submit it. Let's see if that helps. Let's add more stylization and see. Smiling female potato. No edits made. Oh, I need to erase something here. There we go. A smiling female potato flirting with the camera. Let's see if this gets any better. Starting. Let's rerun it and see. They're both starting. I think my computer starts to get a little tired here. So, Moal, do you work in MidJourney? No, it's still, oh, there we got the little more smiling. So let's upscale that one created and let's do a strong variation. PK Lab. I am not familiar with that. Oh, look at these. I really like these smiling potatoes here with the teeth. Look at that. Let's edit there and give her some hair. Okay, it is the same, but free completely. Okay, I haven't tried that. I have worked with MidJourney since it with red curly hair I'm adding here. And let's see. Flirting. Also, you can work as group in a big room. So you can collaborate on an image. Is that what you're saying? that was interesting. You just need a Discord account and register. Okay, so that is it only on Discord, or I used to work in Discord with MidJourney, but since they now have the website and I mostly do tutorials for beginners, I think that the website will make it easier for beginners to get into creating art using AI than Discord. That was the big drawback as I saw it with MidJourney earlier, that for many people it is tough to overcome the step to learn Discord. Discord gives you a chance to work with others, so you can share ideas. Yeah. What I like here, what they have done with the website is the chat, because that is, if you go in here, that shows you directly from Discord chat. So you can see what's going on here on Discord in the chat rooms here. They have parts of their Discord server in here in the chat rooms, which I like. And you can ask questions and you see their prompts, and people are on Discord right now creating here, and they show up in this chat. And I agree that the advantage is that you can collaborate, but I think with these chat rooms taken from Discord, you can here is the images, and on the right hand side here you see the chat where people can ask questions and so forth. So I think, as I said, for my, oh, this potato starts to look really great. I still think I would like more hair, so let's try and edit this and add more hair. Long red curly hair. Let's see if that goes better. No, you can't on the web. That's for sure. Oh, it's more for video? So you are more into the video creation than the image creation? I am more into the video the image creation actually. Oh, a little bit more here. Now we're getting somewhere. It's not that long, but I think it's the best we will get out of this potato. Jump to more into video creation, I guess that was. Yeah, I use some AI depending on where I create my where I create my videos when I film my tutorials. I do that either in Filmora sometimes I use Descript, and both of them have a lot of AI tools you can use for video, but I always film it myself because I make tutorials and I sit and talk in the videos, very much similar to what I do here today, but uh, with a theme for the lesson each time. Like next week, I am actually doing, even though I say that I think MidJourney on the web is the way for new users to go, I am gonna do a tutorial about all these parameters, what they stand for, because I think even if you're working on the web, it is good to know what all of these means. Like, now, of course, I found one that was just 1 point here, stylize, and all these different commands that we have at the end of a prompt. I think it could be good. Let's see. That was again just one parameter. But I think even if you work on the web, it could be good to understand what these parameters stand for. Let me see here. You can change pic to video. It's going to be great and useful for others. Yeah, it could be. But for me, this is another hard question. I did a series about where you created video. What software was that? Now I have to go and check on my YouTube channel. What's up? It was a software I used to. Let me go in and see here my content. It was quite a while ago. I created. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, this I did in the idea. So I created the image journey, and then I used the ID to create the video. But I had another one that was more of. Let me see. Where I can't find it now. It was beginning of this year. I can't find it now. Yeah, there are many. But I am very torn. How much video should we create from images, and how much video. I'm not a filmmaker, but where is the balance between filmmaking and creating video? And it's hard. It's always nice with free stuff. I'm gonna take a look at it when I have an extra minute. And you said it was only on Discord. Let me go to my Discord right away and see. Wait, let me do that on my phone instead, because I don't want to strain my computer too much now. So, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for how did I end up there? Oh. You said, what did you say? PK Lab. As one word? Do you call the name of the server? Wait, how did I get in there? I don't want to create the server. PK Lab. Okay, I'm gonna look at it later on. For now, I have been on for an hour, and that is my goal, to be here about an hour each time. It was interesting to see and hear from you, Moel. And maybe I will see you on the server PKA Lab. And as I said, I will be back once a week with one of these where I just sit and create and talk a little bit as I create. And let me see. But for tonight, I am gonna end this live stream, and I hope to see people back here next week, when I don't know where I have my schedule. I had something planned that we can talk about, and I will also have a video up next week that explains the parameters for MidJourney from a beginner perspective, so you get a better understanding of them. Until next time, I will put on some music here, and I hope to see you back here again later on.